Is Lyft Pink worth it in 2025? I hate YouTubers that ramble on, so I'm going to give you a short answer and then a long answer. Jump right into it. Short answer, I'm going to say this. If you spend $200 or more a month on Lyfts, Lyft Pink is worth it. That being said, there's a lot of interesting fine print in terms when it comes to Lyft Pink. Getting into the nitty gritty now, as you can see, first off, Lyft Pink is $10 a month. And the main benefit, in my opinion, is you get 5% off standard and XL rides. This can add up very quick. And if you are taking Lyfts a lot, like I said, about $200 or more a month, Lyft Pink is definitely worth it, in my opinion. In addition, you get free priority pickup rides. It's an average of $3 to $4 value per ride, so this could also add up very fast after just a few rides. But being honest, in case you didn't know, what priority pickup means is that when, let's say, you're ordering a Lyft, you typically have three different options. You have the option of a standard Lyft, it gets there at the typical time, wait and save, which means you wait a little bit longer, but you save money, or you can order it right then and there. And priority pickup means it gets there instantly, pretty much, or within a couple minutes. It's very, very fast. I typically, gotta be honest, don't ever use priority pickup, but this is an option if, let's say, you like your Lyfts there right then and there, as quick as humanly possible, every time you order. This could be actually a great value for you. Relaxed cancellations, that's kind of meant to me, I'll be honest. I'm just like, whatever. And then this. Free year of Grubhub Plus. I don't think I've ever used Grubhub, maybe once. I typically use Uber Eats if I had to be honest. But you can see here, $0 delivery fees. And this is all included at $10 a month. So it looks like you are ordering $200 or more a month of Lyfts, like I said, plus you order, let's say, a lot of priority pickups, plus, let's say, you do order a lot of delivery, and let's say you could use Grubhub Plus, this could be a great value for you. Now, getting into the more fine print terms, there are some pretty interesting things about this. So I'm going to go up here to, actually, I'm going to go down here first. Let's go down right here, that the annual Lyft Pink member. So if, let's say, you want to spend $10 a month, you can. That's the typical membership price. However, if, let's say, if you think about it, you want to buy in bulk, so to speak, it's only $100 a year as opposed to $120 a year, right? So if you want to spend, let's say, $100 right away, that does save you money over time. So if you're somebody if you use Lyft all the time and it's very consistent every month, it might be worth it. You're going to save $20 on top of everything else you are saving. In addition, going up here, I don't know why this isn't open perfectly. Okay, there we go. Here's what you get. Like I said, all these different things, like I mentioned. In addition, you also get one free bike or scooter unlock every month and 12 free bike or scooter unlocks every year for annual members. So if, let's say, you do use the Lyft bikes and the Lyft scooters, this is also another feature that's included. In addition, Lyft Pink also has another membership at $200 a year. Lyft Pink All Access. Here's the main thing when it comes to Lyft Pink All Access. It includes all the bikes and the scooters. So let's say if you never use the bikes or the scooters, this isn't worth it. Like, I personally never use the bikes or the scooters. I know some of my friends, though, who use them religiously. They're obsessed with them. So it depends on, your use, of course. But you can see here that for an extra, let's say, $100 a year, so $200 a year total for Lyft Pink All Access, you get unlimited 45-minute classic bike rides, unlimited e-bike and scooter discounts, 5 free bike or scooter guest passes, and access to Bike Angels rewards. This is pretty big to me because let's say if you typically bike to and from work and you use a Lyft bike because you just find it's cheaper, it's also healthier, and all that kind of stuff, this could be a great value for you. Now, like I said, for me, I'm kind of whatever when it comes to it. But like I said, this could be a huge thing. And especially if we go down here, we already covered priority pickup. Going here is the way it works with this, is that you enjoy, when it comes to the scooters, it's a $1 value. So you have unlimited Lyft scooter unlocks. So let's say if you unlock scooters, let's say 100 times a year, for example, that's going to save you $100. So this is why maybe you might want to make the jump from Lyft Pink to Lyft Pink All Access. In addition, you get a 33% discount on the permit rate. That can also add up very fast. So basically what I'm talking about here is not just regular Lyft Pink, but like I said, Lyft Pink All Access, it is an extra $100 a year, like I said, but if you use the bikes a lot and you use the scooters a lot, that could add up very fast, and this could be a good benefit. But you can see here, it's kind of weird that these Lyft scooter benefits are available in the following locations, Chicago and Portland. So I'm like, okay. And then Bird and Spin scooters are not eligible for this benefit. I feel like Birds are more common than the typical like Lyft scooters. So when I get into the fine print, I'm like, all right, it seems kind of worth it, but I don't know. But the bikes, like I showed you up here, I see the Lyft bikes a lot. Like I've seen a lot of people use them, and that could definitely be a huge benefit for you if you use them, like I said. And then lastly, going on here, this is kind of annoying. So at first, the Grubhub Plus seems like a great benefit. I think what they're trying to do here is combat Uber One. Uber One has benefits not only for ordering Ubers, but also using Uber Eats. You get $0 delivery fee. And pros and cons from Uber One to Lyft Pink. And one thing I'll say is with Uber One, you always get, or for the most part, get $0 delivery fee with Uber Eats. And it depends upon the restaurant, but most restaurants do have that. There has to be a minimum order, but you get that included. With this, though, it's 1 year. So it says a $10 a month value, which is true. And you have a $0 delivery fee and all that kind of stuff. But then here, after the year-long free trial, your Grubhub Plus membership will automatically convert to a paid membership, and Grubhub will charge you each month at the cost of Grubhub Plus at that time. So it is kind of weird and annoying to me that, let's say if you do order a lot of delivery food, and we all know it can add up very fast, but if you do order a lot of delivery food and you're like, hey, this is great. Not only do I save money on Lyfts, but I save money on Grubhub Plus, it only lasts a year. That is, I gotta be honest, a bit of a negative aspect. Overall, if you had to ask me, I do think Lyft Pink can be worth it, again, depending on your situation. The biggest thing, I know it sounds simple, is how often do you take Lyfts? How often, like say, do you even use the scooters or the bikes? Maybe Lyft Pink All Access is worth it for you, depending on your situation. Now, I will say this. I'm not trying to make this an Uber One versus Lyft Pink video, but I do have to touch upon that because I know this is a big question a lot of people have. Which one's better? And it definitely depends. Because first off, I want to say, when it comes to Lyft Pink, one, both pro and con, which seems obvious, but I do have to mention it, is this. Keep in mind, Lyft Pink only works for Lyft. I know, Captain Obvious, but I want to say that because for a lot of people that I know, when let's say they're going out and they're ordering a ride share, they pull up Uber, they pull up Lyft, whichever one's cheaper, they go with that one. I'll say here, at least in LA, I find Lyft is typically cheaper than Uber, but not always, right? And the last thing you want to do is actually be like, all right, I'm going to order a Lyft or Uber. Uber's, I don't know, let's say $5 or $10 cheaper. And you're like, shoot, it's $10 cheaper on Uber, but I have Lyft Pink. Maybe I should order the Lyft anyway, right? It kind of almost like not forces you aggressively, but kind of subtly pushes you to always be choosing Lyft. Now, granted though, like I said, there are some people who religiously only take Lyfts. Like I know depending upon the area, some places Uber is significantly more popular. In other places, Lyft is significantly more popular and also favored a lot more. So keep in mind, I know it sounds very simple, but I do want to mention that because for me, I feel like if someone had to come to me and said, would you rather choose Lyft Pink or Uber One, for example, I'd be like, I don't know, because I sometimes take Ubers, I sometimes take Lyfts, right? So kind of tricky. Another thing I want to mention, which is a huge benefit for Lyft, and I got to give credit where credit's due. With Uber One, they changed their policy. Back in the day, you get a discount. Now you get Uber credit back. And there's a whole kind of can of worms when it comes to that. I just posted a video yesterday about should you get Uber One in 2025. And that to me was a bit of a negative thing that you get Uber credit back. You don't get that discount initially, which to me is annoying. With Lyft, it is initially. So let's say if a ride is, I don't know, I'm just making the numbers up to make things simple. If let's say a ride's $100, it's actually not going to be $100 because you get a 5% discount. So it's actually now $95. And as you can imagine, I know it's only 5%, but that can add up, like I said. If you're ordering, like I said already a few times throughout this video, $200 a month or more in Lyfts, this is going to save you money and it is going to be worth it. And I'd say the big kind of 3 or 4 benefits of this is one, of course, a 5% discount. to the free priority pickups. Each priority pickup, like I showed you, you're looking at about spending the $3 to $4 extra to get picked up instantly. And I know for some people, sometimes like, hey, I take Lyft when I go to work and I don't want to be late. I only order priority pickup. This can save you money. I mean, if you think about it, $3 to $4 for just one priority pickup in terms of that value or that extra expense, after 3 Lyft priority pickups, after just 3, you're already saving money, right? So that can be a great value. The third thing is the bikes and the scooters. I do feel like it more is like one unlock a month when it comes to the Lyft typical membership of Lyft Pink. I mean, all right, the Lyft All Access, I feel a bit mixed about it, but eventually, like I said, you do take the bikes a lot. That can be worth it. But remember, that is an extra $100 a year. It's $200 a year for Lyft All Access. But if you're constantly riding those Lyft bikes, it could be worth it. And then lastly, number 4, the Grubhub Plus membership. I think that's a good value too, because like I said, if you do order food and you do order delivery, but keep in mind that can be a slippery slope. I know, for example, with Uber One, I had it for a period of time, to use an example, and I noticed myself ordering Uber Eats a bit more than I would because I'm like, hey, it's free delivery. And it became one of these things that this odd paradox, and it's very common in accounting and psychology and economics, where you're like, oh, I'm saving money, but then you realize you're not really saving money because you're spending money that you otherwise probably wouldn't spend anyway, and now you're actually losing money by having this membership. Same thing when it comes to Lyft Pink and having that Grubhub Plus membership. And the fact that it only lasts a year to me is also very frustrating and also very annoying. It only lasts 1 year, and then after that, you're being charged for Grubhub Plus. Kind of frustrating. But at the end of the day, breaking down, like I said, if you do order Lyfts a lot, if you're consistently ordering Lyft rides, especially those priority pickups, Lyft Pink is definitely worth it.